680's Richard Southern joins us now back from vacation. I hope you had a good one. Richard, you look well rested.
Thank you. It goes by mighty quickly, though, doesn't it, Francis?
Sure does. And let's get right to business here, because it is the million-dollar question after all. Will the Bank of Canada increase interest rates this week? Now, many signs point to yes, but not everyone is so sure.
Yeah, it seems everyone and their dog is kind of predicting the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates for the first time in 7 years this Wednesday. But as you say, Francis, there are some notable holdouts. But let's take a look at some of the numbers right now. 16 of 24 economists predicting a rate hike. Of course, Governor of the Bank of Canada, Stephen Poloz, dropping all sorts of hints to that effect. But TD Bank is among the major economic forces that believe the bank will not increase interest rates on Wednesday. I talked to the economists over at TD today. They think the bank will wait another 3 months. A week ago, no economist expected a July rate increase, so things have changed quickly. Oil prices could be the determining factor. Crude is below 45 bucks, still not great for the Canadian economy. And of course, Francis, all the questions are about what will a rate hike mean for the housing market. The average variable rate mortgage, something in the range of $700,000 to $800,000 mortgage, would go up about 85 bucks a month. So that mightn't be too crippling. Of course, there are some benefits to a rate hike. The loonie could continue to go up, good for travelers, and of course, a rate increase always good for savers.
So a Canadian study has found that people's faces may reveal whether they're rich or poor.
Yeah, is there such a thing as a rich look? This University of Toronto study found that people can indeed determine if someone is wealthy just by looking at their face. The study's authors, they put pictures of two groups of people. One group made under $60,000 a year, the other made over $100,000, and a separate group of people were able to accurately predict who was rich and who was poor 53% of the time above random choice. So, you know, I wanted to put this to the test, Francis. So we hit Yonge Dundas Square. We showed a picture of two people. Okay, first of all, we had Larry Ellison. He's the co-founder of Oracle. He's worth $59 billion. And of course, on the right, Mr. Talbot from City News, who's worth, you know, a little bit less than $59 billion. And we asked Francis who people thought was the wealthy one and why. Take a look.
In your opinion, which of these gentlemen do you think is worth more money?
I think probably that one.
And why do you think that?
He seems better groomed. He seems more relaxed. This guy seems really stressed, which is often an indicator of poverty.
I think he's the richer one.
And why do you think that?
He looks like he has more maybe worries or stress in his life.
The turtleneck.
The turtleneck? Yeah. Yeah, is there any other reasons?
This one looks really grumpy.
Probably this guy, because you wouldn't expect it. This guy looks like he's got a little bit of surgery going on.
This guy.
And why do you think it's that gentleman?
Because he looks more serious, more calculated somehow.
Yeah.
This guy looked nice, he's handsome, he dresses nice, but somehow it's this guy.
I mean, he looks really casual, but I see a little fire in his eye, like determination, and it's like, yeah, I'm about that hustle.
So, Francis, they were split, believe it or not. The results kind of split as to whether, you know, Talbot was the rich one or not.
I heard them describe him as grumpy,
and they
stressed,
said they
and
wouldn't
handsome.
expect him. Handsome. We've never heard him described as handsome before. You know, Talbot, though, he called me up and he said, hold on, I got a few bucks in the bank. He wanted to sort of show off his bankroll to us. So he's counting up. They're not Benjamins, though, he's counting, Francis. Those are Sandy McTeers. Those are your old Canadian Tire dollars. That's all Talbot's making.
Look at him rolling in that dough. Wow. Okay, so do you have a child that's stubborn? Maybe sometimes a little brat. You know what? I think I've got one of each. I'll be honest there. But fear not, a new study finds that they could actually grow up to become very successful business people.
Yeah, absolutely. A new study in the Journal of Developmental Psychology, Francis, finds stubborn kids earn higher salaries as adults. They followed 700 kids from the age of 9 up to the age of 40, and it kept track of their entitlement, their studiousness, their defiance against their parents, and the tendency to break the rules. And guess who earned higher salaries in the end? It was kids who ignored both the rules and their parents. So, Francis, if you have a kid that demands a bigger cookie, they might grow up to demand the bigger bonus.
Oh, I'll have to keep that in mind. So the latest trend in the food business has manufacturers rolling out wacky new flavors for treats that we all know and love. And Richard, it's Oreo, and they've been on the cutting edge of of the trend here with their famous cookie. So what do they have?
Yeah, they're coming out with all sorts of flavor variations that are, I guess, meant more for Instagram than they are for anything else. You know, this year the company has come out with red velvet flavor, Swedish gummy fish flavor, fruit punch flavor, fried chicken flavor,
Yum.
Oreos, Mississippi mud pie, firework flavor, whatever that is. And they appear regionally, and they only hit the shelves for about 8 to 10 weeks to try and build buzz. Oreo sells 40 billion cookies a year, the world's best-selling cookie, Francis.
I like the Swedish fish one.
Give that one a try.
Try
Absolutely.
that one. You're going to send some over, right?
Yes, pressure is on. I'll get you the double stuffed Swedish fish.
All right. Thank you, Richard.